Hello everyone, I hope you've had a great day so far and that you're doing well. For this video we'll be going through a unboxing of the 1-to-144 entry grade Strike Gundam, this being the Lite package version, and this was from Mobile Suit Gundam Seed, and this particular entry grade was released by Bandai back in 2021. So this is, at least for me, the first iteration of the Strike Gundam. I do have another iteration of the Strike Gundam coming in that will be the more stock standard version as opposed to the Lite package. So for those who've been around for a little bit know that I did a fair few entry grades of the RX-78 included Lite packaging, the standard retail, right through to the full weapon set, which I have done the unboxing for, haven't published. So we'll see. I might backpedal on that one and do this before that one. So there goes chronological order, but oh well. Anyway, preamble out of the way. This I also picked up from Hobby Link Japan, so I will include a link to the Lite package of the Strike Gundam, which I do believe is actually in stock at the moment. I think. Don't quote me. I feel like it's in stock, but it could have changed since. But also include links to some of the other entry grade kits, so the Strike Gundam, the RX-78, and the other iteration of the Strike Gundam, if you're so inclined. So, in terms of Lite package, here is the front. It's just very much emblazoned with a nice image of the completed Strike Gundam, wielding its armor schneiders in both hands, which is very nice. Obviously we can see through to the inside, so we can see all the runners in there. We can see some of the manual as well. So that's the front of the packet. In terms of the back of the packet, so continuing some of this see-through plastic and printed directly onto it, so different poses of the Strike Gundam. Hard to imagine that this is an entry grade. And then over on the other side, so at the top we just have the point 1 about the layout of the runners and things convenient to build the kit. Point 2, in theory, you don't need any tools. I honestly still do, and it's all snap fit. Point 3 is about the fact that there's no stickers and the color separation and everything else is actually done through some shadow effect, which is great, or the actual colors are there for the plastic. And then lastly, point number 4 about the articulation, and that 2 armor schneiders are included. If I remember correctly, the normal boxed version of the Strike Gundam will come with a beam rifle and a shield. No striker backpack though, but if I remember correctly, you can actually use the striker backpack from the AL Strike and connect it in, so I'll have to give that a shot. So that is the front and the back. What I will do is I will cut open the single bag and then we will have a look at the included runners. Okay, with everything now out of the bag, here is the instruction manual for the entry grade Strike Gundam. So we have the breakdown of the runners and how they're all separated into the head, body, arms, waist, legs, and weapons sections. So that's something that the entry grades have been doing for some time now. It does make things much more easier to build, although to be honest, I just like to cut everything out and then build from the pile of parts. That's the front. I guess that's kind of the back, although part of that flips over. No, I guess if we're going to do this, we'll do it properly. Okay, so that's a bit of a insert about the Strike Gundam. Some references to the high grade AL Strike and the Freedom, And there's that nice little point about the attaching of the high grade striker pack to the entry grade. A very interesting combo. You wouldn't think that Bandai would go to that effort, but there you have it. Some of the points 1, 2 and 3 from the bag touched back on again, and then some other entry grades within the wider Bandai space. So Doraemon, entry grade Kirby, the RX-78, which we've done in several different iterations, and entry grade Conan Itagawa. That was also a very fun build, so that was very cool. I'm glad I did pick that up as an entry grade. Okay, so now that we've gone through that, let's actually have a look at more of the interesting components of the build. So we do have a parts list, so effectively it's a huge A runner and a huge B runner that can be divided into quarters for A's 1, 2, 3 and 4 and B's 1, 2, 3 and 4. So that's pretty much what we've seen in the entry grade RX. Otherwise, build-wise, build the head, build the body. It does feel reminiscent of building the high grade. The arms are done as arms, with some of the shoulders done during the attachment process. Build the waist, build the legs. Actually, I'll also need to make sure I do a comparison of this entry grade against the original entry grade. There'll be a world of difference there. Legs, so it is broken down into right leg and left leg, which is pretty cool. And then attaching of the legs to the waist, and then the torso to the waist, as well as the side skirts, which will not be accurate to being able to hold the arm schneiders, but that's okay. And then the last step is the weapons, and surprisingly enough, the armor schneiders can be held in 2 different styles. And then we also have a action-based connector. So that is pretty cool. I'm thoroughly pleased and surprised with the amount of engineering in these entry grades. So that was the manual. So we'll look at A1 and A2 first, because they were separate from the A's 3 and 4. So A1 and A2, so the A runner as a whole will be multicolor. In fact, I guess we're trying to do this. So that is the completed A's 1, 2, 3 and 4. Obviously been snapped down the middle. So as I mentioned earlier, it is multicolor. Predominantly greys, we've got some yellows, the blues and the reds. So having a look here, A1, I'm also surprised how some of these greys have some very nice detailing on them. So that was the A1 part. A2 has the blues for your torso, some reds for the head, torso and other things, and more of the greys as well. And looking at A's 3 and 4, so A3 is pretty much all grey, as is most of A4 with the red for the bottom of the feet. So that is very nice detailing, and even looking at the armor schneiders, it's very nice detailing in those. So those were the 4 A runner, with its 4 quadrants. The B runner, still in its full form, so this is all in white with B1s, 2, 3 and 4. So obviously this will be your external white armor sections, ranging from your head, waist, more waist, arms and shoulders, legs, etc. So that is pretty cool looking. And even looking at what I believe are the feet, some of the detailing is very surprising and very cool. Definitely very cool. So that's the 4B runner all in white. So that pretty much brings us to an end of the unboxing, well, unbagging of the 12144 entry grade Strike Gundam Lite package version. Should definitely be a very fun, very quick build to do, and I'll definitely try to do some comparisons with the high grade strike and the original entry grade strike. Be interesting to see how the three of them hold up together. I'm pretty sure my high grade and entry grade strikes are somewhere on side, so when we get there, we'll get there. But yes, I'm definitely looking forward to doing this, and as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'll include a link to this particular entry grade strike and some of the other Gundam based entry grades, as well as probably the other iteration of the Strike Gundam entry grade as well, for those who are curious and want to see more. Thank you very much for watching this video. Feel free to leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you wish to do so. All of this does help support the channel, and I do greatly appreciate it. Extra content can also be found on my Instagram account, link below, and I would definitely mention that have a look over there, because you'll definitely find out over there first, if and when I start a lot of these builds and everything in between. Stay safe and take care, everyone, and I will catch you all in the next video. See ya.